We are the Arcturian Collective. Hello and namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
You have our unconditional love, and we thank you for your willingness to co-create with us in this moment. How may we be of service to you?
Thank you for your presence. Thank you for being here.
Thank you all as well.
Is it anyone that have really...
Yeah, I'm very curious about my life path, where I come from, my mission here this time around, because when I go there in meditation I get too afraid, so I drop out of it. So if you can elaborate a little bit on that. I know it's personal, but I think it's gaining all of us.
Definitely. Don't think about it, just...
No, I will share that.
Yeah, in general, but this is the general advice, on the lowest, how do we say it, resolution, you have the same life purpose as everybody, and that is simply to experience a life. The more you are aware of how you create that life for yourself, the more you can steer it yourself. For example, many animals that incarnate, they just go with the flow and they bump into stuff, and if you do that often enough, you will kind of learn to understand that there's, apart from the material side, there's a spiritual side to it. If you feel excited about creating more consciously, then we would say go inside, meditate, see where your interests are, where your personal curiosities are, where your excitements are, and see if you can integrate those things as much as possible in your life. The more you integrate this true frequency of yourself, and in a sense any experience adds to your growth. But if you follow what really comes from the heart, then you generally have a nicer life, and also you integrate what is relevant quicker, so your growth of consciousness in a linear fashion can go quicker. So that is the general answer. If you would like to know more specifics, you need to give us a bit more specifics as well.
Yeah.
But you don't need
I always
to.
had this incredible fear of being myself, because
Yes.
I don't know where myself is.
But nobody does, really.
No, but I get flashes sometimes. But I just since I was 3-4 years old, I carry this incredible amount of fear that
Yes.
I don't know how to release, or maybe I'm just afraid of myself.
Well, we feel, how we scan you, we feel that you, from yourself, have a very light frequency, and in a sense a very happy frequency, but maybe you were brought into a situation where that light was really needed to help grow the people that were around you. So in that sense you did a service, you kind of knew what you were getting into, even though you might have thought it was a bad idea after a while. But in that sense we would say on a soul level you knew what you were getting into, and in that sense you yourself are a high frequency being and have always been that. But maybe you have absorbed too much of the frequencies of the areas where you grew up in, and in that sense you have our permission to let that go if that is something that is useful to you. There are various methods to... do you feel that there is a lot of stuff there that is keeping you down, that you in a sense do not choose yourself?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. That's why I turn to and feel that small relief using a lot of drugs, different kinds, and alcohol, and
Yes.
also porn in various ways. The escape mechanism, of course.
Yes. But do you feel that you have the tools now to deal with it in a more constructive way? Or
I think I have some tools, but I need the discipline to use it, you know.
yes.
And that's very hard.
There are a lot of tools. The channel himself has used a lot of Byron Katie, for example, which is a method to really go into your own thoughts, your beliefs, and your belief systems. And we generally recommend it for everybody, but it does require, how do you say it? It is a very mental way, but it is very good because you can deconstruct your belief structures in a sense. It becomes very relatively easy to redefine who you are and what you are believing in. Ho'oponopono, are you familiar with that? This is a Hawaiian forgiveness technique where you basically visualize a situation that has been difficult and you kind of say, I'm sorry that I co-created this, to yourself and the other person. And then you ask for forgiveness. Please forgive me for co-creating this with you. You don't need to take all the blame, but you do need to recognize that you were a co-creator in how this happened. And then if you feel that you can forgive them for their co-creation and you can be forgiven by them for your co-creation in that unpleasant situation, then you can say, I thank you. And after that you can say, I love you. And also these you can use both to yourself as to the other individuals involved. And you can even do it to the whole, the holistic image that you have of it.
I see it there.
And that might be a useful one as well. There are, if you feel that it's deeper trauma, we personally don't feel that. But if you do feel that there's like deeper trauma, like abuse, that in a sense anchored in the deeper parts of you, and you feel you don't have reach to it, then there's good books about that as well, and the channel can recommend you one after the session if you like. And also in that book there's a lot of practical tools. None of them are chemical. They're all things you can do yourself, from breath work to yoga to family positions. So there are a lot of tools available if you feel like you want to learn more positive tools. The more of these positive tools you learn and get experience with and can find relief that way, then automatically your system will not choose the alcohol or the other ways that simply try to drown out the negative feelings. It's much better to try to transform them. But it is important that you feel that you have the skills and also that you have the ability to apply those skills to yourself.
Yeah, the confidence part is what I'm lacking.
Yes, we wouldn't talk about competence. It's because then confidence, because there can be a lot of judgment there as well. So simply reading books, trying to get help from other people. Don't be afraid to reach out about, like, a lot of people on your planet are going through these transformational stages. So don't, in that sense, feel free to open up maybe a bit your feminine side, that it's okay to share, that it's okay to show emotion, that it's okay to ask for help with other people. Again, do follow your own, what is comfortable for you, but
Thank you.
yes. Is there more you would like to know about this, or is this enough for now?
No, I think it's more enlightened. Thank you.
Yeah.